on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans coming up next. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston Texans, and NRG Stadium. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olsen and Mark Torino. This is a passing league. You know that from the days. It's evolved even more to a game in the air. Boy, we have very quarterbacks in there. All about moving their team via the pass.
I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each season into a passing league. If you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Well, kicker Tyler Bass has us ready to start, and off we go from Houston. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
On first down, it's Stroud. This Stars big tight end, that's Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. He runs with it. A great job of another run to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Houston. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but great. Score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Now, Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback.
Second and 7. They'll go play action here with Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
We'll try and run here with Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On first down, it's Allen. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route deck, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Set to go now on first and 10. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. The tight end Kincaid in motion. From the gun, it's Allen. That's complete to Coleman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. In motion, Shakir. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. They send him right out of the slot. They'll throw on first down with Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's Allen to throw. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Taking off. A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
On the ground, it's Mixon. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. So there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
On 2nd down, Stroud. Oh, the ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He's got his tight end, it's Schultz. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and They get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. That is quickly out to Diggs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Here's Stroud. He's got his man complete to death. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Schultz is the motion man. They'll run with Mixon. And he's going to take this all the way home. Down Mixon. Touchdown, Texans.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bills offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one batted in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
All right, Mike, so since these guys were young playing Pop Warner football, everyone's done the tip drill. And it's for this exact reason. That ball gets deflected. Find the ball. Get into the area and react in time to make a play on it. That's exactly what this defender did. He showed the reaction time he needed and the hands to bring in the interception.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. on the run is complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
At one caught by Tank Dell. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. To throw, it's Stroud. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Here's 3rd and 7. Stroud to throw. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
4th down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Texans build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. It started with 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Once again, it's Hook. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's into the hands of Coleman. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. You're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense, so give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, they go with Cook. To the 20. The speed on display. He's in. James Cook. Touchdown, Buffalo. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
the point try by Bass. It's up and through. And the Bills are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Pierce for the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Stroud. To the left side, caught by Schultz. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through one. It's the Texans who have the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. Here's 2nd and 2. On the option, they give it to Mixon. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That's over the middle and intercepted.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now it's Allen. Got his receiver on the in cut. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
These two in rhythm. 12 more yards and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Allen. That's caught left side by Cooper. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. One more time going up top with Allen. He's got it at the 3. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
Here's Cook, and he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Allen.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
On 3rd and goal, here is Allen. Good blocking, and he's in. Josh Allen, touchdown Bills. He's got another one, his 2nd touchdown of the evening. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And he'll take this one up to about the 34-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down. So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bills' offense and running back James Cook making their way out. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Allen to throw. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. On first down, it's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Allen. Complete to Cooper. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Man in motion, heading left. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
On 4th down, the Bills send out the veteran Sam Martin to punt. Robert Woods back to return for the Texans. Texans offense getting set to get back to work. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And this will gain a couple of yards, up to the 22-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's into the hands of Diggs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Off the play fake, here's Stroud. He'll go right and find his running back.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. He's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. Cooper with the grab. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Cooper going in motion. They'll throw on first down with Allen. To the sideline, he's got Coleman. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Cook. Woo! And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Now Allen on first down. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll go play action here with Allen. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Buffalo.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bills add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. On play action. Stroud. He'll look deep here for Diggs. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. They'll go play action with Stroud. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And he's in! C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Houston. his second touchdown tonight. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans will cut the deficit down to 4. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On third down, it's Josh Allen. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. Greg and I, back from Houston in a moment. Here's Sam Martin now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to hit another good one. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Pass to the outside. He's got Diggs.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd and a yard. Stroud going to set up to throw to the left side and caught by Schultz. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Texans.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be at a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans go up on a field goal as they lead it by 3. Still time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Bills' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the gun, it's Allen. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Third down and 9. They go play action now. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Deion Coleman, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. So, we're at halftime with just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. It was a terrific first half from the former Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Johnson now to return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And we'll give you a look at some of the highlights. He's had a number of them over that magic mark, over 100 yards on the ground, including a rushing touchdown. He has been a handful for the defense right throughout. On first down, it's Allen. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Allen working from the pistol. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
A run up the middle with Cook. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On third down, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Like, living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The home team's offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in backwards.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in balance.
They will work the middle with Mixon. And this will be a Texans first down. He gets it up past the 30 to the 32.
Las 3 de la tarde. Sí.
Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll
Yo
get
creo un
about
poco
5.
después de las 6.
This ball carrier to no gain, that is a complete safety play.
They try to work the screen with Nixon. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchdown. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. That's taken in by Shakir. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete, but a good job defensively to beat him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Got about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. In motion, Shakir. Allen on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
The Bills bringing on the punt team, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. The Texans offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. All right, here with Nixon. And nothing on that one back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
On 2nd down, Stroud. That'll be taken in by Nixon. He'll get this up to the 30, about a yard or so short of the 1st down.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Nixon. And he will work his way to the 32. That's enough for a 1st down.
I think everybody in this stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go right back to Nixon. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. To throw is Stroud. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Throwing is Stroud, and that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
The Texans getting all set to punt. He's on to punt it for the fourth time tonight. This one, returnable. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The Bills' offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook, and that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. From the shotgun, it's Allen. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Allen to his tight end, Kincaid, and the Bills have a first down.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play. Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it. And not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, but he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play.
From the gun, Josh Allen. This one brought in by Chris Samuel. Third and a yard. We'll try and run here with Cook. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. That's going to bring up 4th down.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
The Bills bringing on their punting unit, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field, try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. That's to the tight end, Stover. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Off-balance throw, it's complete. Down the sideline. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
This is one of those plays, Mike, where just everything aligns. It's the right play call, the right target, an accurate ball, and then a lot of room to run after the catch. So if they can continue to find these matchups and these holes in the secondary with this quarterback and this playmaker group, man, this is a tough offense to slow down.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run here with Mixon. He slams it in there, and he is in. Joe Mixon, touchdown, Houston. He's got another one, his 2nd touchdown of the evening. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the Texans will extend this 3rd quarter lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. It started with 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 2. Cooper going in motion. Now it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
They're all set to punt this one away. That's fielded at about the 18. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Texans offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st down, they'll start with Mixon. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. throw, it's Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now, Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase in what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Bills offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he managed only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Quick throw, taken in. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
On 2nd down, Allen. He'll go right and find his running back. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of play. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. 3rd and 9. Slot receiver, hit it right. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, how good was that? Out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 2. Stephon Diggs and the rest of the Houston offense set to take over again. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. On the ground, it's Mixon. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Stroud to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he is very close to the 1st down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make.
This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Cooper going in motion. On 1st down, it's Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive. First and 10. In motion, Shakir. Now Allen on 1st down. A pass caught right side by Coleman. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the gun to Allen. They go right back to Coleman. He's got it again. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
There's a 3rd down and 4. Allen will throw. He'll try, and he's got another one. Josh Allen, touchdown Bills. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Here's Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Texans offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. They'll start out first down and 10. Here's Mixon. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's going to keep it himself. They get 22 yards there. First down for Houston.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
They'll come up here, first and 10. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Second down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. On play action, Stroud. He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
He'll go right back to Diggs. He's got it again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's second and 3 to go. Now, Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And this takes him into that zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
They'll run out and gun with Mixon. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down. Here's a toss, right side to Mixon. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think he tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's fourth down.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Johnson now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. The deficit, 6 points. Touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. And they'll get back to the line of scrimmage and Best might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. And 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
I really like this play design. They're trying to match up the speed of this running back versus the linebacker in coverage, but do it vertical down the middle of the field. And if he can get that matchup, they feel that's advantage offense.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Cooper going in motion. To throw again, it's Allen. There's that man again, another catch. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
Although I would have liked to have seen them throw the ball on one of the 2 prior downs. Now, after getting stopped twice, Mike, they haven't gained an inch on the ground. I think on 3rd down, you have no choice but to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a play through the air.
Allen going to make the read and hold on here. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Well, nothing doing here, Mike. And the key to stopping that on defense is you have to get them before they have a chance to get going. And that's exactly what they're able to do here. No gain, force the 4th down.
So here we go. Could be the play that ends up deciding this one. 4th down and goal. fourth, but they will turn it over on down. The Texans offense ready for this next possession. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. We'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. A minute 57 to go in the game. The Texans set to punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense and Keon Coleman set to get back to work. A very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll drop to throw. The sideline, he's got Coleman. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best first down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's first and 10. From the gun, touchdown. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On second down, here is Allen. Looking downfield for Coleman. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And will bring up third down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
A short throw caught by Kincaid. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Stingley.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And that's the way you want to run on 1st down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. Stroud down to a knee. And that should put the finishing touches on this one. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Thompson in one formation for the Texans.
So it's a win here for the Texans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops for our opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
Notification. PC 5 minutes or 60 minutes.